All right, we are ready to go. I'm putting that in at the start now.
Fuck's sake. Hey, welcome to Metal Review Cast. Today we're going to be reviewing InRetrospect's live stream that they did at Woodley Moss Studios 2 days ago, when this is being recorded on the 27th.
Oh, yeah, it was 2 days ago, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah. It was 2 days ago, and it was such a nice thing for them to do, because obviously we've been really wanting to watch them live for some time. I mean, I guess they've been wanting to do some performances live for some time, and now they've got some dates up. But I think they wanted to give their fans and their friends a sneak teaser of what we're to expect when we watch them live. And I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed at all. I'm happy for it, and I'm happy to be doing this review because I don't mind listening to this again. It was fucking solid.
Yeah. It's
also
really good.
Also, as you can see, different backgrounds for both me and Dad.
I know.
Yeah. Mine looks a bit boring.
We got green screens up, so we just changed the background. Now we're in our new place finally.
Yeah.
Leon's got a lot more room, as you can tell, and Anton needs to sort his wall out with his casket shit.
I do. I've also found some of my game tee stuff as well, Sean.
Yeah, man.
Over the years, so I'm going to put some of them up as well.
IKEA. Where's my thumb? IKEA A3s.
Is that what fits them?
You just cut a little bit off the edge.
If I'd have known that yesterday, because I was at IKEA yesterday.
Yeah, I need to get more because I have them in kind of different frames, but those IKEA A3s are sick. They're well clean and they're well cheap.
I've also got a load of my old vinyl as well.
Yeah, man. You need to get that all on the wall.
Chronicles of the Woo as well. That's a rare album, that one.
Mate, get that in a sleeve.
Yeah, man. It's all going to start happening.
I've got like 100 sleeves here. And take one.
I will. Well, I'll be with you in a less than a couple of weeks.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
You won't.
You what?
You won't. It's not for that. No, that's October.
Oh.
That's October. We're doing
5 people in Jack's tiny house, so
yeah.
Can't really fit any more in. Fortunately. Plus we'll be drinking, so wait till you're 18, and then next year you can come with us.
Oh, is this like the replacement for LAN?
No, it's Bullstock.
It's like local bands. Yeah, local bands at all the different pubs, but it basically turns into a pub crawl.
Yeah.
Straighten up my afro, there we go. Right. Should we get cracking?
Who's ready?
Yeah.
Oh, and thank you to James for asking us to do the review. I mean, we might have jumped on it anyway. I don't know either way, to be honest. I'm not going to say we were, I'm not going to say we weren't, but I appreciate you reaching out. It just made the decision easier for us.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we were going to do it because we toyed with the idea of doing it live, didn't we?
Yeah.
But, I didn't want to... I wanted to focus on the music as opposed to...
Let's see, I wanted to enjoy it first time before like talking over.
Yeah, exactly. Have a nice deep dive into what they're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Formulate some opinions before this session, so it's good.
Yeah, and we'll do the odd pause here, but the way we do it, the Facebook video thing on this kind of has a freak out, so we'll try not to disturb the music too much as well. Little bits.
Yeah.
Got the timer.
5, 4, 3. I'm probably out of sync with it.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up. Proper gig style, starting in darkness as well. Love it.
InRetrospect, thank you so much for tuning into this. You could almost call it our debut show. It's been a hell of a long time coming, man, so thank you. This song's called My Last Breath. I'm losing my mind, given up by your heart. I'm painting these pictures inside of my mind. Finding sleep while I lay awake, staring at the sky. I'm losing the fight that I gained at the start. Scared of what's on the other side. Tide is approaching, the waves of the away. I'm losing myself to the... Here we fucking go.
It screams. Yeah. Right from the gut, that.
What I liked when this came across is that I think Anton and I discussed this as well, but we were just happy that Nathan sounds as good as like the records. Like I think he does have one little issue. I think he struggles a little bit on those lows where it's more of like a talky sing. Don't know how other to explain it, but a talky sing. So we're gonna go with that. But that he screams are phenomenal. But what impressed me the most, that kind of like really kind of aggressive, like raspy sing scream.
Yeah, his signature. That's his signature.
Yeah.
And I was curious to see how he pulled that off live, because that sounds like the way that he does that. There's got to be some mad technique that he does to produce that, because there's not many, if any, that I know have that element to their voice.
Yeah.
And I was nervous that would he be able to pull that off consistently and nice and clearly, but he does. And I was thinking about this after we mentioned it the other day about the initial, I guess, the lower parts of the cleans and stuff. And I think, and they'll have to watch this and come back to us, but I think I don't think they did much of a warm up before this set, because it feels like when a band first gets into a practice room for the first song, and it's all right, it's passable, but like you can already feel how the song's progressing. It started off a bit, and then as the song's getting better, it's getting tighter and tighter and clearer and clearer. So I'm wondering on whether or not they just didn't do enough warm up before the actual set started. So this is kind of their warm up tune. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They'll have to let us know whether we're right, whether I'm right on that or not.
One thing I noticed as well, I don't know if this has anything to do with the band, but also their kicks were like really quiet, and it sounded like really like hollow.
Oh, the kicks. Yeah, so that's something that's common. I can say that that's something that's common when you're doing a live mix like that, and especially in the studio, and you got limited mics and equipment and everything else, and you got to make do with what you have. So the kicks there'll be a live microphone in front of the kick drum, and it won't be too overemphasized because everything is really condensed into one small room. And if they open it up too much, then you start getting bleed in the audio. So that'll be why. I don't think they're quiet. They're just a little less bassy.
Hmm.
Maybe,
so you
yeah, it
hear-
sounds like the kick drum's hollow kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
It's
mean?
it's just slightly they've chopped some of the bass off so it doesn't bleed over.
Yeah.
It also means that they're not using triggers, which is good.
Make me sick. You make me fucking sick. I drink the poison that you give. What the way I feel so sick. Surrender me into your hollow heart. But the chance was a blessing. Too many times I wasted my last breath on you.
See, that's just fucking cool.
If it's my fault that you lost your faith in me, did I give you reason to look at me? Was I ever good enough for you? Was I ever good enough?
He's definitely the mate that you want to shout for the whole team. If you're out and about, you need to get the mates back in. Shouting all the names. You could throw his voice back.
Paralyzed with no fear of falling when I close my eyes. Running for the perfect goodbye. I can take the perfect goodbye.
That was My Last Breath. I still said it on the thing. I like the song. I really don't know if I care for it that much. And what makes me sad is that later on they don't do Collide Collapse. I'd prefer Collide Collapse over My Last Breath,
Yeah.
Although
and
I
I'm
feel
always
like
right. So.
I feel like My Last Breath is like one of the most known songs though, so they're allowed
No,
to do that.
I don't think it is one of the
They've only
most known
got
songs
6 songs. So.
is I would say that Collide Collapse and Sun Settings are probably the most well known.
Oh
they-
yeah,
they've
Sunsetting.
got a fair few views for most of the songs because they only have the 6 songs, but they did a good release schedule, I'd say. Apart from obviously there's a little break after Sun Settings, I think. But it was their first single, so they I do like it, and the reason I like My Last Breath is less about the song and more about the fact that I quite like the drumming in it.
Mm.
I like Gimmo's drumming as well, so I would have preferred if they'd done Collide Collapse. So
I've got a love for Collide Collapse all
just
day
everything.
long.
I went back and listened to it today, and I still think that's the best song. Obviously,
It's
it's
a
all
fucking solitude.
personal opinion. It's not as heavy, so maybe I think it's probably their least heavy song out of all of them. But
And as the viewers will know, I'm Leon Davis, a shithouse on the show, so I've fully forgotten what Collide Collapse even sounds like. So I forgot it was even a song of theirs, but
there's a
Yeah.
tiny little bit in there later on. I won't ruin it because it is sexy, but yeah, just my opinion. So Feel free to fight me, boys.
I'm
Not you, those
I
boys.
don't disagree.
Band boys.
I don't know, man. They're all a lot bigger than us. We'll
I
fight
dunno.
fucking.
Tobias looks quite short, but then
Yeah,
that's because fucking Nathan's like 6'2", and Immo's got Filipino in him, so I doubt he's that tall.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's
But
fast.
he hits things for a living.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be like,
But I do like that song live more so than I think I like the record.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it works a lot better as a live song because of the vocals. Again, I just think the drumming on this track, from the other perspectives, and this isn't a criticism, I think it's still pretty just okay. It's good, not bad. But at least it highlights the drumming, and I think that's cool. Because
Yeah,
everyone
it's-
seems to have their own bit in different songs.
yeah,
You see, I really like this song, especially live. And I like the fact that obviously because it's live, you're able to like hear the drummings like even better in that. And
Yeah.
I agree with you, the drumming in the song's really good. So
In a proper live environment
like
where
that.
everything's real bassy and girthy,
yeah, definitely.
it'd
Yeah.
be nice. So, next up will be Choke.
Yo, this song's called Choke.
That's a hard intro. Well, take that.
That's nice.
Give us 6. Fucking sick.
Yeah. It's got that aggression you want in the drummer.
Yeah, but
Really
he's
smashed.
reserved.
Yeah.
He's like he's aggressive. He's doing it with meaning. Drop a pause.
Yeah, man.
So I touched on this when we listened to it the first time, and even more so now. I love the fact that they're bringing in individual aspects with the guitars. However, I think fundamentally with them having 2 rhythm guitarists throughout the most part, and then them losing one of the rhythm guitarists in a live set to do some of the things that the trills or whatever he's doing with the harmonics on the whatever the fuck it is with it loses fucking substance there. Like some of the fatness of the sounds, because normally like on the studio album or whatever, you get away with it because you're doubling up or you're quad tracking or doing whatever. You keep the fatness there, but it drops off as soon as he does that, and that's not a problem if you have a backing track to do that. So I think if there's any criticism that I have there is that I feel that should be there, but either they have that as on the backing track or on the click track with the drummer,
Yeah.
or on the flip side they have that rhythm piece done so they can do that just to fatten it up, because it's like they've lost the guitar.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
'Cause it sounds sick as fuck. Like, it's a really nice portion of the song, and it works really well. But as you say, I do remember you mentioning that, and it's such a shame because the whole song is amazing. I think probably one of the best bands at doing that are InViolence, aren't they? They have backing tracks for certain portions, 'cause obviously they don't actually have a bassist because they couldn't find the right fit for their band. So they have that on a backing track, and then obviously having two guitarists, sometimes one of them going off in a different route, they have to look at that aspect and have something as well, as you say, to thicken up the track.
Yeah, because
And they are fantastic at it, so they could be a band to look at, because it's such a shame, because everything it actually fits so well. That
that
it's cool as shit.
It's really nice, but it feels like some of the power's dropped off. So it makes it sound a little bit weak. So you get bass, one guitar, one drum, vocals, and the diddly we're going to call them.
Yeah.
And it just it's not a problem as such. And I guess when you're live in front of the band and stuff like that, you'd be feeling it so much you probably wouldn't notice. But you with well tuned ears or whatever, and you're listening to it online and stuff like that, you're like, oh well, there could be something they can do to improve that area and just make it seem more complete.
Yeah, especially as like they had about 50 to 60 people viewing constantly. For a band that have never played live together before, this is their first gig or live gig, or
Live show, yeah.
Pretty fucking cool. They had a good following. They could definitely do more of this in the future as well. Like if they wanted to do stuff in between their shows, or in between a downtime of whatever they decide to do in the future, maybe an EP or whatever, an album or the next single and stuff like that. There's definitely stuff like this where they could just keep people interested, because they are fucking they're tight as fuck. Like there is the odd bit where timing goes off. That
even the best bands do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't notice it when there's loads of shit going off.
Exactly, but then all that matters is as long as they tighten it up within the next few seconds, which they they did. They are actually ridiculously tight because they sound so similar to the record.
Yeah, they do.
Which is quite crazy.
That's what I was really impressed with.
What I want to know is, because at the end of this, they mentioned that they played at Key Club, which would have been last night. I want to know if they did the backing track while they were actually live at Key Club, or if they did it the same as this.
They probably did it the same as this. They're not going to build a backing, because I'm probably one of the I feel I'm only one of the only people to say it, because I've not had a chance to speak to them, but I've not spoken to them about it. So if that's their setup, they went and did the gig the day after.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't have built a backing track for that.
It might sound better actually live though. It's probably why they did it.
It would do. I think you'd still always be better off.
Yeah. I
replacing what the guitarist is doing with another guitar sound whilst they're doing something else. Otherwise, you're always going to get that drop off.
I think InViolence are just the one to look at because they do it so well.
Yeah, you don't even notice.
Yeah.
You don't even notice. Cool. Anyway, just my bit.
And play.
Yeah, because you've got choir and synths in there. And now it sounds better. His voice is so good, man.
I know. Are the screams a backing track, or is it someone else doing it?
That's the guy you see in the top left corner there.
Yeah.
So that's something we didn't know actually, that they obviously get James to do those kind of low. Some of them, obviously not all of them, just just to complement Nathan's.
Yeah, the backup screams.
Which is really good. James's
Yeah, it sounds
low
sick.
screams are fucking sick as fuck. Like
Yeah.
they work so well alongside it because they free up Nathan to obviously make sure he can kind of continue on with the singing or the screaming or the other aspects, and they sound really good. Yeah, that was a nice surprise because I didn't know he did those.
The scramonies, the scream harmonies.
Yeah.
Scramonies.
Facebook, how we feeling? I ain't gonna get reply from that, am I?
It's interesting that as he's talking,
No,
they've
thank you
got
so much
chorus
for
on his
tuning in,
voice,
everyone.
but when you hear him singing, you don't hear the chorus.
Yeah, but thank you to everyone for tuning in on this one.
It might be a pedal, don't know.
Yeah, you're actually right. I didn't know.
We're gonna do something new.
Something new for you.
In fact, it's that fucking new. We haven't even got a name for it yet.
Next up is No Name Song.
Go on, Jackie boy, in the comments.
What's the demo name? It needs a demo name.
Dead demo.
Yeah, like Casket's Dead Demo that Matt mentions every fucking time.
Yeah, this is brand new, this one.
Because he's sad.
Like I say, we ain't got a name for it yet. Could I get a little bit less of me in my ears, please? Could you get a little bit more click in drummer's ears as well, please, mate?
Yeah, new song for everyone.
It's Friday night, Facebook. Let's have a fucking bop at home, yeah?
Open that shit up in your fucking living room. Let's go.
Love that fucking fill intro.
No, I've been trying to stop myself, drift away again.
Okay, I'm going to pause this one a little bit more because it's a new song. The No Name Song. That drumming at the start again, where it's just like
Brilliant.
alongside whatever he was doing elsewhere. I don't know, it just sounded really nice. I really liked it.
Mate, he came in banging, and I
Yeah.
loved the fill, and then everything else, and it wasn't overly busy, but it was busy enough to keep you going. What fucking hell? He's going off already. And then it proper, when the verse comes in, he's like,
Yeah. The guitar's quite funky as well, isn't it? That comes
Yeah.
in right at the start.
Reminds me of Sting for some reason. I don't know why. That's showing my age, but it reminds me of that kind of style. You know, you fucking, yeah. I guess influences of a bit of reggae, a bit of fucking punk, a bit of rock in there. It's just nice, man. I liked how they dialed it down for the verse. Defo.
But it seems no matter what I do, I struggle in the end. And I tried so hard this time, I swear. But it never gets better. Here we go! I tried so hard this time, I swear. But it never gets better. But doesn't it seem familiar? I'm taking the same route I always took before. And everything's too similar. Until I mean and change. And from dance from core.
Whipping that fucking crash.
You spent all your days picking up, rushing every part of me. How can you tell me that I've been your name? What's a final pattern and always go back the same way? Surely I can't be alone. I can't be alone.
Drop a pause, bro. So this song, they can get away with doing that. So, you know, having the solo and the little twiddly things and stuff like that, because it's less degen or gent and more fucking strummy. So the other guitarist is able to just strum away and fulfill that sound. So they can do that on this without having the backing track. It sounded full even when they were getting busy.
Yeah.
Fucking Nathan's vocals on this is insane. Like, you've got so much control at that range. Like,
Yeah.
I did wonder as well whether or not when they do it live, whether he sound a bit shouty when he did that bit because of the nature of how he has to throw it. But he doesn't. He just, like you say, Sean, he sounds just like he does on the album. Oh, sorry, on the studio recording.
Yeah.
That's what's most impressive. Like, I think there's a lot of good screamers, and generally, I think if you can get a scream down, it's never going to sound that bad. I mean, there's the odd person that can sound quite bad, but to sing like that is actually ridiculously hard. And I think that's what's so impressive. His screams are as expected, I think. I expected him to be as good just from what we heard. But yeah, that singing style is fucking insane. And as you say, it sounds really unique. Like, you could just, he'd be one of those people, as we said before, where you could just tell that's him.
Yeah, instantly. It doesn't matter what it's on. If he did a cameo on someone else's tune, you'd just be like, oh, that's Nathan from InRetrospect.
Yeah.
Like, straight away, he's got just an instantly identifiable voice.
I also noticed on this track, it's probably through other tracks as well, but there's quite a few opportunities where the drummer manages to fit a lot into a small space.
Yeah, he's really good at that. He's really good at that.
And that's what I noticed that he's really good at, and I noticed it more when he's live. And it's
this
like,
guy.
it's like the amount that he fits in while he does it live. It's like, how can you manage to do all that in
Changes
that
it up
small
quite a bit,
time
doesn't
frame?
it? And then goes back to the standardized beat, and then
Yeah,
changes it up, and then goes back to
fucking
standardized beat.
sick.
You're like, fucking chill, dude. You're gonna pass out in a minute.
It's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
I don't know how he does it live.
But it's not overarching. It doesn't take away from the rest of the track. It's like you listen out for it, but it's not over the top. You don't think, oh, like, it's a drummer trying to get his chops in, and fuck's sake, Leon, get his chops in and fucking show off. It's just like he's fully complimenting the track, but he's doing it in such a way that it's like, yeah, I've got a bit of something for you. Not the song I got, a little something. No, sorry. Anyway, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really good. He's a really good fit, guys. He's a force to be reckoned with. I don't think they could have got a better drummer to come in. Really, I think he's perfect for him.
Yeah, we obviously never got to hear much of the original drummer, and I can't remember his name because I'm old.
And it was quite early on they switched him out.
Yeah. But you know, it's worked out for them. I don't know what the original drummer sounded like live, obviously, but he sounded good on the records.
He did.
But it's a shame for him. But they found a perfect fit, so
Yeah.
can't be mad.
Yeah.
Enjoying themselves here. Look.
I'll be trying to stop myself drift away again, but it seems no matter what I do, I struggle in the end. Woo!
That's a nice tune. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely want to hear the record just to see what it sounds like, and then hear it like fully live. Be an interesting one, but yeah, I really do just like how tight they sound as a band, and also it's good for Tobias as well. Like, neither of us can remember if he played the bass in Master of the Crown, but Tobias is obviously really talented, and Master of the Crown don't do much or anything at all ever. Like, not being horrible, but there's barely anything.
He's obviously a good person to find talent, because Master of the Crown were a very talented band.
Yes, yeah.
They haven't delivered much. Otherwise, we'd have been reviewed a lot more of it. But certainly with the work that he's doing in retrospect, you know, he's found a talented and very, very capable bunch of musicians that want, from the outset anyway, we're not behind the scenes, the same things.
Yeah,
And it shows. Yeah, mate. I enjoyed my Friday evening watching
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get back to a few gigs, which we will soon,
it's gonna be
edging
good.
closer.
We've got to remember to take COVID tests with us, Sean.
Yeah.
Because Leon
COVID
nearly got
test
booted out of his fucking. Had to drive
you
and take him.
You don't need to take a test, do you? If you have if you've had both vaccines. Oh, for Leon though,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
clear.
For
I
us, as
went
long as
to-
you've had both vaccines.
So I went and took my mates to one hologram gig in Leeds, and it was pissing it down. We got there, they were like, "Oh, you have to take COVID tests at least maximum 2 days before," and I was like, "Okay, well, we didn't know that." So we were walking around Leeds for about an hour and a half, going from pharmacy to pharmacy. None of them had any. Dad had to come up and fucking bring us all some.
So I'll just leave you
Took
outside
piss.
in London or wherever we go.
That was
Yeah.
a fun day.
Yeah.
In the middle of moving, stuck
Yeah.
in a shed with spiders crawling all over me. I couldn't wait to get out.
Yeah. It was good though.
Right, this is where it makes me sad because they do like
regretted not having a towel.
The
So much.
tease you.
this is Collide Collapse or part of it in like a ballady format. And honestly, when we first meet you, like Nathan put the other day, was like, I can't wait to meet you guys, and I was just, I'm actually gonna punch you now for teasing me. I take back everything I said about you too, but you know that's okay.
I love how he switched it up on this as well.
Mm.
Your eyes, cities collapse and worlds collide. A forever kind of love. As these thoughts run through and torment my mind, I can see the picture in your eyes. Cities collapse and worlds collide. A forever kind of love keeps our stars alive. This song's called.
See, that gives me chills, you motherfucker or motherfuckers.
Yeah. So fucking tight as well. And his vocals,
Yeah.
again, ridiculous.
Fucking mad.
Absolutely.
To tease me like
ridiculous.
that, honestly, I hate you all.
It's like when Architects did Memento Mori live and then switched it in the middle to
Aye,
something
the
else.
fact they do this
It's
every
like-
single time as well with Memento Mori,
Yeah.
just
Let us cry, for fuck's
yeah,
sake.
you just think maybe this is the time,
It's finally the time. Yeah.
but I get it's probably quite a hard one to sing as well because it is like a little bit. It's not as aggressive. There's less screaming. It's a bit more slowed down, and it's a bit ballady in a sense. But yeah, fuck off. I hate you all.
On that note, we
angry.
need to switch to the other room.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how long have we been in here for? Like 40
We've been
minutes.
chatting a while.
God, you lot have set Sean off. That's not a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Trust me, you don't want him annoyed at you.
When we go to see them, I'm just gonna go there to throw beer over them. Anyway, next
Song's
song.
called Fookin Limerence. Let's
We
go.
switched the cameras around.
Yeah.
It's a sickness in my head, an obsession of fucking dread. It's a sickness in my head,
So good, that
an
bit.
obsession that I dread. I take your issues, this has nothing left. I'm talking of you that you put in my head. I gave you everything you fucking knew. I take your hand. I'm
I love the that portion as well. I think is one of the best bass guitar portions. I really like what they've done with that thing. That kind of distortion. Yeah, and then the other one's going doo, doo,
Yeah,
doo. Like the three from what they've created is sexy as fuck. Like it's a really nice portion.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I was inhaling. I'm fully into that, and I even more so now do I feel that they didn't have much of a warm up prior to this particular set, because now it just seems even tighter, and that's a really a pacier tune for them.
Yeah, yeah.
And it just sounds so fucking so tight.
Yeah,
like-
Tobias, Jerome, and fucking James. What they've done.
They're
there.
on it.
Like, yeah, they also deserve huge credit because obviously we give a lot of credit to Nathan and Gimmo, but fucking hell, what they've done with this song. And I don't think I kind of clocked until I've actually got to hear it, I guess, live per se, like from this perspective. But I guess actually in this way it's kind of good because we can actually hear more of the intricacies. When you're bopping around or I'm holding 17 beers at a gig, I'm still enjoying it, but maybe it's like it's quite loud that you just don't hear these intricacies.
Yeah. It's very what's the word for it? Oh, I'm not even going to try and search for the word because I can't find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's quite like you say, getting those intricacies and being able to hear absolutely everything. You feel more involved in it. It's a live gig without being live, so you can just kind of analyze it a little bit.
Yeah.
And sat on my fucking chair rather than throwing beer around and getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Intimate word.
Yeah.
I love that bit.
Fookin Limerence. I'm feeling again. I'm taking that same path that never ends. I'm reaching out for another chance. Where did I go wrong? I'm failing again.
James' scream there was solid.
Yeah. Sick.
I'm reaching out for another chance. Where did I go wrong? With the sadness in my eyes, an obsession that I dread. With the state of mind, with the sadness in my eyes, an obsession that I dread. With the state of mind.
That song's better live.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with the song anyway, but that's one of them songs that you just, when you hear it live, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of power behind it. Like, I was just focusing on Tobias and his bounciness and how wide he is. He is a skinny bloke. He's just like proper. He's loving it, and you could tell. I think that's probably one of their favorite ones as well that they like to play, just by their body language and the way that they were playing it. It looked like they were really, really enjoying themselves with that track.
It's a beast.
And it shows. Yeah, it's great. I would say, like, I'm hoping Nathan does a lot of vocal warm-ups and protects his voice, because I'd hate for him to lose that fucking rasp that he's so good at doing, because it's so unique. But like, I worry that he's stretching it a little bit. Like, he pushes it so far, especially in that track when he goes like, I can't even hit that range because my voice is so deep. But like, it hits like some fucking next level octaves.
Yeah.
And he's still rasping it up there, but you can see even his eyes, like his tongue came out like a lizard to try and fucking get that rasp whilst he was still there. And I'm like, don't damage your voice,
as
bro.
Matt said, innit? Like when he fully went on tour, and when I think they were touring Europe, wasn't it? With who they were touring with, fairly big band, and I guess that day to day, pouring over like a longer period, he did say that like he started to notice where he really needed to work on it.
Yeah. Started sipping fucking green tea and honey and shit.
Yeah, what did John Ely from the 500 system, is it? Like blow up 10 balloons before you start and do something else.
Yeah. I
One
saw that.
in the field. I was like, that's quite cool. I didn't know that. Just to open up the lungs and then do your vocal warm ups as well. I was like, that's quite cool. But yeah. That's I want to hear Clyde claps, but that's definitely, I think that's my favourite one live anyway from this thing. Obviously got a couple more songs, but when I heard this,
I'd have to agree.
I was in love. Absolutely in love.
I'd have to agree. He got me in that same kind of vibe as watching Envisions live, like that level of fucking just wanting to get into it and just bop around and fucking bounce.
Yeah.
But I'm in my office. I don't even have the room in here to bop around.
Soon.
I'll never have room in here. It's a fucking box room. Leo's got more room than me. Rachel's got more room than me.
You chose that room.
She just went, "This is my room."
Which room's that? Is that my room?
Room. Yeah. We're looking for beds for you, Sean.
It's nice. Give me a nice mattress.
Couple of singles stacked like in it, like there's one there and then it's up like that, so it could be as a sofa, but you can get two beds on there as well.
Yeah.
So we got you, bro.
Yes, his towel eventually.
Fucking godsend, man.
Came from above. It literally, he said godsend. It came from above.
This song we released a few months ago. This song's called InViolence. Right here. All the stories they were in. Your eyes filled with hate. Was I on the stage or from the middle of me? I'll find a way, I'll find a way. Find a way. Your bosom makes the right to the bottom of the pile. How can we fix this if you're not in tomorrow? Wanting to violence, but the words of our faith. Higher and higher I reach for. This is my calling. I'm all alone. I'll spin your fucking living rooms!
That guitar looks like a toy for him.
It looks tiny on him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I
Just
thought
chop
that.
the head off and like the stock and the fucking then the actual body's like tiny. He just looks like a little toy, a banjo.
I've clocked why James reached out to us, because he wanted us to hear his screams live. It was all about him. This is actually why he asked us to do it. I've clocked it.
Mate, and it's solid. He does it well.
This is
He
my
does it well.
moment.
Yeah. They keep talking about Nathan. Here we go. Fuck you, I can scream, bastards.
Yeah, I get what you mean with the at this point when this kicked off and like it's so tight now. Like, again, it sounds so like the record, and they're just so in sync, and their timing is perfect, and they just sound really, really good at this point. Like,
Yeah,
they're
it's like
just
a well-oiled machine. They just need
Yeah.
fucking cranking up.
yeah.
Bit of a little more like and this shows my age again. Start back in the day, starting up the car, the little Morris Minors with a fucking rather than having a starting motor, you'd have to fucking manually wind up the engine. That's like what this was. This fucking wound it up, and once it started, picked up speed, and now it's an entity. And I'm shut the fuck up now. Shut up.
There's another good one though, InViolence. I enjoyed this one.
Going off.
It's just insanity.
It's my calling. I'm all alone. I've fallen in shadows, erased all. No room for healing. I'm on my own.
God, they're so good live. Fucking mad.
Ridiculously tight.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. I only fight.
It's like he's like animal for the Muppets. He's amazing. Brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
There's not one standoff from that I think is better than the other. Everything in that song just complements each other perfectly. That's like the drumming is fucking amazing. The guitar is fucking brilliant. The vocals are fucking brilliant. It's just brilliant.
Yeah. That middle
Just-
portion where they lose their shit is so good.
Yeah, man.
They just
Isn't
they
it?
just go off for a bit.
There's gonna be everyone winging on
Yeah.
that bit. Oh, so good.
Just it just goes back to what we always say. It's like it doesn't matter like how old your band is or how long you've been into it and stuff. You can just produce quality if you put mind to it. Like what was it like to Tobias only just finished uni or something?
Yeah, man. I've got 20 years on these guys.
I've
Like,
got like
literally.
10 on them.
Leon's got like one, not even one. He's under.
I mean,
It's
minus.
got minus, minus 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I make up for where he's minus, but fucking hell, yeah, like what they're releasing at their age and shit, it's just insane.
Yeah. You know, the tools are out there now, and it's nice to see bands that are just putting in the effort. Like, tools are there, people are there. Yeah, sorry, you have to spend a little bit of money on stuff, but you do it. Like, look at the Caskets growth. You know, look at the InVisions growth. Like Caskets did it in an abnormal amount of time. It only took them a couple of years, including a pandemic, to being assigned and, you know, having vinyls and having a full album. So the showcase is that if you do it properly, you can do it.
Yeah, definitely. You just got to want it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And these guys look like they want it, which is great.
exactly.
'Cause I'm enjoying being on that journey with them, following them around and seeing what they produce and come out with. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, I bet it fucking did.
We got one last fucking
Felt
song.
good for us too.
It's the first song that we brought out. This song's called Sunsettings. Thank you again for listening.
This is so good live.
Yeah, I'm glad they did this.
Choices that seem to define you become a blame drop.
That's so different.
Can't get over how good his vocals are live.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm going to pause it there. Like, that first minute of the song, they're like doing a standardized bit, and then all of a sudden, like, kind of stopping a lot of the instruments and then going,
Yeah, man. Dun dun dun. Stop.
and then going back into it, and then
Yeah. It's so
like,
that's really unique.
hmm.
I think that's what grabbed me off that tune when I first heard it. Like, I had no idea like Tobias was part of this band at the time, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it just came up on my Facebook in like the Leeds metal thing. I was like, we need to review this. This is fucking mint.
Yeah, we didn't
What?
look at the time, did we? We were just like,
No.
we were like, he looks familiar, but we couldn't work out why. But that's again, this is probably just because Master of the Crown haven't really done that much for us to,
Yeah.
to like see him consistently. Yeah,
This song really grabbed me. That dun dun dun. I'm like, what? This is great. Like, nobody does that. Like, just
Yeah.
fucking a triple bang and a pause before jumping straight back in, and then they hit you with it again. You're like, oh, okay. I see.
just fucking hell, boys.
Righteousness and illustrations, but they never bring me peace. Hope someone help me escape this reality. These visions keep drifting, I go missing in the distance. Seen somewhere but going nowhere. I can see it on the horizon by the skyline where the tide is so insane. It lives inside of me.
This is beautiful.
Thank you to everyone who's tuned in tonight.
You've got to give us standing up.
Glorious.
Hmm.
If you're about tomorrow, we're playing Key Club in Leeds. The show starts at 7 in Monasteries. Heart gassed up. Free home. Let's go, bring it home.
I'm going to pause it and risk going back a little bit and breaking everything. But that little portion again, I mentioned it for. It was, and this hasn't come out, it was Regret About Me About the City is Ours. That little portion again reminds me of Anderson .Paak. It's just like the way he's drumming. It's very reminiscent of that, which is I'm such a big fan of Anderson .Paak that I just think it's cool. Fuck. Do little different things. By the fact it being metal and rock and stuff, it's just doing little like different portions that again are quite funky, and there's a couple of elements in this song that are quite funky actually.
Yeah, no, there's quite a lot that's funky in here. There's a lot going on, and again, I think it showcases. I know this song was originally done with the original drummer, but again, it just shows the diversity of Gimmo as well. Like he's feeling it as well. You can see it when you know, like he gets to that break and he stands up and he starts doing stuff with it as well. Like a drummer standing up, basically, you know they're feeling it at that point. They just wanted to get out there and just fucking go, yeah. You know, it's solid.
Yeah.
I can go backwards.
Good luck.
I'm gonna do it with the arrows. Play.
Show starts at 7. Monasteries.
Oh, it's doing it for us.
Park Gaston.
Nice.
3 home. Let's go. Bring it home.
Ooh. Fuck.
So
Thank you.
on that tune, I actually, right, I remember why I love that song so much, but I wish we actually got a bit of a teaser of it. James did a couple of high bits to back, fucking hell, my brain's just gone. Brain's just switched off. Nathan, yeah, to back Nathan. But he only did it in one bit and then he left the rest. I actually really would like to see him that quiet bit portion where he's doing like those vocal. I can't remember the lyrics back to back, but that bit where Nathan's doing the quiet bits, like Nathan's cut quite low on that.
Yeah,
and it'd be quite nice to have James, because we know he can do it, and you proved it, James. If that was your fucking thing to get us to hear the fact that you can scream and do shit with your vocals, it would be nice to hear him following Nathan around doing the high bits for that bit. And also, like, there was a bit with the screens where they were doing double screens with Nathan doing his rasp with James doing the screen behind it. I'd like that to follow a little bit more because that sounded fucking epic when he did it, and it would have just fattened it up so much more. That's the only criticism I have.
Yeah.
Basically, James is a fucking sick vocalist as well, is what we're saying.
I think he can do more, and I think he probably doesn't because maybe he doesn't want to overstep his boundaries. But I think he could actually complement Nathan quite a lot in doing that, and actually it'll just enhance that experience a bit more.
Yeah.
But all in all, great. I enjoyed my evening on Friday, man. It was brilliant. It was really good.
Great. Yeah, as you say, there's only a couple of things. Like, I think the lows quite early on seemed a bit of a struggle, but as you say, that could be a warm-up thing. Because then once they get into flow of it's fine. And then, I think you notice it a little bit in that as well, where Jerome's like doing like a little bit of a solo. It kind of loses some of it again. So I think you're onto something there where they just need to have a backing track just to thicken it up a little bit. As soon as you went back to the main bit, you could hear the difference.
Yeah, and there might well have one. I was trying to listen out whether there might have been one there, but whatever it is, it was weak. It wasn't very loud, and I guess that might be down to the settings that they had within the track, because I noticed that the synths and stuff were a bit quieter than the rest of it. So it could well be that there was one there. They just didn't have it loud enough to match the volume of the actual guitars themselves.
Yeah.
And I think I've forgotten his name. Not James, the other guitarist.
Jerome.
Jerome's guitar's a little bit louder than James's. So you definitely feel it more when he comes off and starts soloing. When James was doing the solo on the other track, you didn't notice it as much when it dropped off. So it could well be that there's a backing track there. It's just not at volume.
Yeah, I like how they kind of differ between doing some of the solos and some of the different portions as well. That's pretty cool that they allow both of them to kind of have their moment.
Yeah, they alternate between it.
Yeah.
As far as everything else goes, it's like, fucking hell. How can you be that tight on your first like live session, live gig? And that's the thing as well, as you say, like, this is harder than probably doing it in an actual venue, because in a venue the acoustics are so different that if you were to miss something or sound something slightly off, to be honest, 99% of people wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
The average person wouldn't. But here, if you fuck something up, it's pretty obvious, and
it's being recorded, so it's a gamble, right? There's a bit of pressure there because it's being recorded. You know, you fuck up, you're on record fucking up, like.
Yeah. It was your first live gig, like, fucking hell, that was tight as fuck. Like, the sound's just so good.
Definitely, the music scene's had a bit of an ante up. Everybody's had to lift up a little bit, and I like seeing in retrospect where they are. They're one of my favourite up and comers, definitely.
Yeah.
Like what they're doing.
There's a lot of good up and comers, but I can foresee these like getting becoming bigger than some of the other bands that we do love. I just think these are quite on top of everything. You know, they're constantly releasing. They post quite a lot as well. Every single band member shares everything as well, and you'd be surprised at how important that is. And you know, there's a definite love there.
Yeah. And I should have worn my tee because they also got merch. And I should have worn my tee, but I'm wearing my Caskets one today. My OG Caskets one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really appreciate what they're doing, and again, I didn't, up until last week, I didn't expect a gig, an online gig coming from them. So that for them to do that, I was just like, yep, I'll be there without a shadow of a doubt. I'm down in tools. Whatever I'm doing, I'm going to be there at 8 o'clock, and I was on it.
Nice touch, yeah. Nice touch them. So, seal clap of approval.
Seal clap of approval. Leon doesn't seal clap. He just looks bored.
Well done. I'm not. Nah, I'm just saying that. I'm not.
Did you see that mega yawn he did?
He's got energy now.
Fuck off. No.
He's got energy now. You've called him out. Did you see that mega yawn he did? His mouth was fucking open for about 15 seconds.
Fuck up, you lot. I'm just tired as fuck.
No, I'm playing
These
with you,
headphones
mate.
are uncomfortable.
Yeah, they are uncomfortable. They're horrible.
Yeah.
I just did that to show that you do have energy, because you didn't give us enough
I
energy
do,
to tell
I'm
me to
sorry,
shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry in retrospect. I looked like I was falling asleep, but not because of your music. Music's the only thing that kept me awake during this recording. Because I'm tired as fuck, like always.
Yeah, these boys got some gigs at the moment.
Yeah.
They're also going on. Is it like a co-headline tour with Wheeler? I can't remember. I think that one might have been like a co-headline one.
I think so.
So check it out. You know, we're going to be at a couple of the gigs over the next few months.
Yeah, I'm definitely at the one in November. I think it's a Key Club with
The Lunar Process.
Lunar Process, yeah, and then they've got the one in the Black Heart in Camden.
Yep, right at the end of January, like 30th of January. So, and the Black Heart's a really nice venue, and it's
Yeah.
Camden, so it's nice. You can go and do shit before, so make a day
It's
of it.
toasty in there. It's going to be a bit like that one in Manchester, isn't it? It gets warm upstairs.
It does,
the Black
yeah,
Heart.
yeah. So it'd be a good one.
So yeah, Nathan, bring your towel.
Yeah,
You haven't
yeah.
done that venue before.
Bring like
your
5
fucking
towels.
towel. You're gonna need it.
Yeah, that one can get warm because it's got the bar below or the pub below or whatever it is, and then go upstairs to the gig venue, and then all the
The sauna
heat's
room.
rising into this fucking little
It's a
small
fucking
room.
sauna.
So yeah, be good. Definitely be good. But as you say, go and support them. Like one in London's only like £7 for a ticket or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you support them. Buy some merch, buy a CD, or go to a gig. Yeah, go check out their stuff as well. Make sure you give them a like and yeah, play us out, boys.
Yeah.